Hello, and we are back with more Knights of the Old Republic. I am here in non-traditional circumstances. I'm here with my lovely girlfriend Gwen off to the side here. Hello. We're just hanging out in here. So, unfortunately, I already recorded this episode one time, and I lost the footage because out of almost 220 episodes I've done already, I have never forgotten to hit record on OBS or on PlayStation. I guess I have lost some footage on PlayStation before, but never on OBS. So, my bad. I lost the whole episode, but it's okay.
Bless you.
Sorry, headphone users. I'll try to mute that a little bit. I do kind of have an understanding of what happens next. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I am going to make some precautions because there is a tough fight coming up. At least the one I even got to was tough. I'm like super bright because the color is exposing for your skin, so I like look like I'm like in a white light, you know? So it's whatever.
You don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I don't know. No big deal. But yeah, so before we head out into this space, I am going to stock up on some stuff, and I got those bonds from that honey, what is the race of the big disgusting slug people? Huts?
The hut?
Yeah. I got a bunch of bonds for winning races from the huts, so I can actually sell those for really an egregious amount of money. It's really one of the easier ways to make the money. Where are they? Hello? Oh my god, what if they're not... Oh, dude, that would upset me so much. Hold on. Please. Hold on. If this is a bug, I'm gonna be so upset. Hold on. Sorry, listeners. I know this isn't that interesting. Oh, here they are. Okay. Whew. I was like, oh man, I was gonna be upset. So here are the race bonds that I won from Mata the Hut, who I won them through my swoop racing stuff. And look at my credits up in the corner over here. Look how high they're gonna go as I click through these. There's no sell all button that I can see, so sorry for all the clicking. This is kind of a dated RPG, so they did implement a sell all later. Just we can't go back in time and retcon that. However, they are making and I don't know if I told you this, honey. It is rumored that EA is remaking this game, which is like the worst thing you could possibly imagine. EA remaking anything. I mean, that one Star Wars game they made recently was not supposed to be that bad, so
What game was that?
I don't remember what the name of it is.
Oh, the one with the Jedi.
Yeah, he plays the Jedi, and it's kind of like Dark Souls. All the enemies are hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people said that game was good. What did Donkey say? He said something like, this game is a buggy piece of garbage, so it's the best game EA has made in the last 20 years. I was like, dang, come now. So yeah, so we did all that. So I'm gonna buy these 5 life support packs. I'm also gonna actually save again before I do this. I'm gonna buy the QWERTY. I'm gonna buy the heavy battle armor too, which is powered battle armor. Yeah, here we go. And I'm gonna buy the light battle armor too. So that's some good credits, and that's even, if we need more stuff later we will, but I'm also gonna put HK back where he belongs, which is in the garbage pit, because the droids suck in this game. And I'm going to go pick up Canderous, and that'll give us an opportunity to catch up with him, you know, and, you know, shoot the shit. Everybody's so lonely on the ship. They just kind of hang out all day and watch Breaking Bad while I'm out here chopping up and sand people. It's really quite sad. Oh, honey, look, I got these dudes stuck on my ship. They're called Gizka. Look at them.
Aww.
Yeah?
They look like things from Spore.
Look, I can... Well, I have Gizka poison, so I can kill all of them, but...
No.
I'm gonna pet it. It coos enthusiastically. I'm gonna pick it up.
I guess they really didn't want to animate that.
Yeah. They're cute, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They'll just be on your ship for the rest of the game if you don't do anything about them.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you have any more war stories, friend? So you can get them out of your system before we get down to business and go destroy some people?
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type.
Or
Your
getting
standard
wasted on
Republic
other
has never
worlds, either
seen
way.
Some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
I thought he said racists. He's like, we've seen all the craziest creatures and racists on other worlds. I'm like, well, there's a lot of aliens out there, so I guess there's all kinds of racists out there. Every racist you could imagine. What kind of racists have you seen, friend?
If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the...
He's like
Crispin
prefacing
system
his
at the
story
very
like
edge of the
somebody would
galaxy,
in a book, you know?
playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells. And the pirates were using them for cover.
How can he see out of this visor?
Generator to cause the outer layer of one of the
Doesn't it
asteroids
look
to
like
vaporize
glasses that are too wide?
It blew out and shredded the three smugglers using it for cover. But that was
His like goofy like Halloween glass. I mean, I'm not any better. I'm not any better over here. I really can't be talking, but like, here, look.
the asteroid I had targeted was smaller.
His glasses, they look
Maybe a
like
dozen meters
the
on the
glass
side.
part of the glasses
On the outside,
are
it was
like
the same
too
as any
wide.
other.
Like
Just
if you
a wall
imagine this
covered in
part was
frozen
like
gas.
longer and the glasses were on the sides of my head.
Something
Like it's like glasses made for a race of aliens
My
with bigger
blast might have
heads.
triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What
Or
lay
it could have just been
underneath
these glasses.
looked like some sort of
They
rock
tend to
and
interfere with my vision
a
greatly.
deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
I imagine I could have seen that if I had taken off my glasses. However, these are the most fashionable statements on Mandalore, so I had no choice but to keep them on, firing aimlessly at whatever this thing in my glasses was.
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
Yes. But honest to God, I'm not sure if it was even real, because I can't see shit out of these glasses, so I was just kind of going with it, I suppose.
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could.
It's like,
heading
also, am
away
I
from the
talking to
black
anybody
hole.
right now?
When it finally
I
lay
can't
on the edge
see,
of our
and I hear
galaxy,
nothing
we
back.
abandoned our efforts. Anything that
It's
wants
as
to
if
commit
someone is
suicide in that
selecting
great
text and
void
I'm
is not
intuitively
worth our
responding.
trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know? Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is.
I asked for adrenal stimulants, and he was like, oh, whoa, buddy, you need to take it easy.
A real warrior knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself. There anything else you need? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Wow. I love how they just like substituted alcohol for stimulants there. He's like, a good warrior knows his own limits and knows when he can stop. You know? A good warrior doesn't drink and drive. Doesn't stimulant and drive and fly. And Star Wars. Alright, so Juhani and Candace. Sure. Alright, so Candace is going to have levels. Oh, sorry guys. I think I stirred up some dust in here while I was crawling under the green screen. I haven't taken it out since I cleaned this room, so... Candace, you have levels. You have levels indeed. Yes, level up. Skills. Treat injury. I don't care about anything else. Oh, you have one more. Demolitions. Whatever. In feats, I'm experimenting with melee Candace because I read that it's supposed to be good because he has this passive where he can heal damage over time, which like naturally lends itself to being a tank. So I'm hoping that his strength is lower than mine. It's just because his gear sucks. Hold on, it should be higher. If he gets this powered battle armor, he's gonna be on steroids. Yeah, his defense is gonna be insane right now. Or his dex will be. And 50 points of damage, 30 points of damage. Yeah. Fortitude. Oh, he can't have packages? He can't... Oh, because he's a soldier. Dang, so the thing about Candace is that he's a soldier, but he actually has a natural implant all the time. That's crazy. Davik's visor, improved power blast. He doesn't need will saves. And then for me... My Jedi Knight robes are pretty decent. And I never have... Juhani, like, never does... Can she wear armor? I don't think she can. Yeah, she can only wear Jedi Knight robes. Yeah. Those are the only gauntlets we have. Pine regulator. I think this is okay. What? Mandalorian shields are okay, I guess. Sith energy shield is actually better. Okay, well, this is what we're gonna try as we make our way to our destination. We're on our way out to the East Dune Sea, which I don't know why it's east because it's actually west where we have to go, but I guess we're going out of the right side, or I guess we're looking like south out of the camp when we go out of here. It's not how it lines up on the map, I don't think, but regardless, we have to go to the East Dune Sea and then go see about the star map. And hopefully nothing too crazy will definitely happen on the way. Nothing at all. Are these bullet holes? These look like blaster fire. I never noticed this. That's kind of cool. The textures are so horrible in these old games. Like, it's kind of cool to see like any amount of detail anywhere, you know. Yeah, right here too. I guess they used the same texture a couple times. It would be, outside of my distaste for everything EA, it would be great to see this game get like another coat of paint just visually, and then also to update the combat so it's not so focused on just like 2 stats and nothing else. But it would be, I would be... Wait, shit, what? Hold on. I would be happy to see this game get like a kind of more modern overhaul. Also, we're going to use night speed so we can actually get across this desert a little bit quicker. Hopefully when we use master speed, we'll like just destroy everything immediately and have no drawbacks at all. Because I keep banking on... Sorry guys, I have this runny nose. And this sniffle, it's just the dust. I'm not actually sick. But I've been, you know, kind of like hoping that this build that every single person says is ridiculous, this like flurry and master speed build is going to be really good. Because, yeah, also I have no idea what those things with like the knuckle dragger dudes over there, the mongoloids. I don't know what those are. I guess I can get like a hunting license later and go hunt them. We might do that after we, you know, rectify this whole situation over here. But yeah, I think that that's it over there. If I so recall, the dewbacks won't attack you. The other weird thing, if you look at the dewbacks, you'll notice maybe they'll do it here instead of engaging in intercourse. Nope. Reminds me of those Galapagos tortoises from Robert Is Here. We went to Miami not that long ago, and we went to this weird fruit stand, and where they have all these like cool fruits like soursop and manzanos and tamarinds and all this stuff, and there are these two Galapagos tortoises boning, and it was super loud. It was like every second it was like It was so weird, and it takes forever too. I mean, they do everything slow, literally. So it's just, and everybody's just sitting there watching these tortoises bone and eating weird fruit, I guess.
I'm tired of waiting, Comed. How big can this dragon of yours be? I'm going in.
I love the run. All right, well, like, he's like, look, honey, he's like, how big of this dragon how big can this dragon be? I'm like, he's right there, so you don't really have to guess, right? He's just like Candace. He's like, how big can this dragon be? Close his eyes. How big can it be in my imagination? As big as I want it to be. The Great Dragon, the largest of the Tatooine desert predators, is an honored creature to hunt, although he must use unorthodox methods today. But why? This is a very critical fight. Bull dragons are rare to see. Rarer is the apparent size of this one. It's larger than the one my dad felled a decade ago, and he is too far out of the territory and must be dealt with. I might not prevail alone, but I can try. Why do we need to kill it? The natural cycle on Tatooine spans hundreds of years, but there are complications that must be addressed, complications from our presence. Great dragons feed on banthas. If the number of either species fall, the other grows too numerous and unbalances the cycle. Now settlers use the banthas, so there are less food for the dragons to eat. This one is moving closer to Anchorhead. Perhaps there will be more, but he is the threat tonight. They would be cool if they had like an Isle of the Dragons, like they do, like the Isle of Komodo. Because the Komodo dragons eat the like wild bulls that are out there, like the cattle, because they just bite them and they're venomous, and then the cattle die. But it would be cool to see that. There's like a zillion of them on that island apparently, but give me information about how. We have to bait him out of hiding. There's no room to engage in the lair, and the hide will repel blaster fire. There are mines around the mouth of the cave. We have to coax him out, but this is the end of his season of hibernation, and it will take much to rouse him. The food of a beast this size is almost exclusively bantha, and foolish hunters if we are not careful. To lure him out, we must lure his food to tempt him. We have to bring bantha. Well, good thing I have bantha fodder. The Sand People regard banthas as sacred. Attempting to feed the herd in this area will lead to an attack. We are far from the weakened tribes around Anchorhead. The sand people of this region are strong, fierce, and will think nothing of killing you. Be careful. So, spoilers, these freaking goons are not playing around, okay? I thought that these guys were going to be pushovers. I thought I could just wear this Star Trek visor and just go straight through, but apparently not, because I got wiped twice already before going back and trying to get anything. And I didn't get the chance to try again, but we're going to give it a shot, and if not, we might have to grind a little bit before we are able to beat these guys, because they are very tough. They posed no real threat to me before. You likely mean the tribe that has been harassing Zerka. This group is used to the deep desert. They appear to be much more dangerous. I have your fodder. Alright, I'll see what I can do. And he's like, hey, if you want to go get attacked, go do it. I'll stand here and stare at this giant sleeping dragon that my best friend has no ability to see, I suppose? Rest in the stomach, I guess. I guess the crate dragons don't like eating other lizards or something, because these dewbacks seem like they're about the same size. A bit meatier. Maybe they don't taste good. I don't know the canon on the flavor of dewbacks. Alright, so I'm gonna cast my homies here. Look at Buzz Lightyear. Oh man. Star Command. Night Speed. Force of Valor.
What is it?
Alright, and then save immediately.
Sure.
Alright. Alright, the Bantha are following me. They're walking behind me. Then the sand people get real pissed, you know? Okay, so I have been wiped every time I've tried to do this. Dewback, can you go be somewhere else right now? I don't really have a good strategy. These guys are clustered. They'll probably also shoot at me. So maybe if I have some decent grenades. I have a cryo grenade. No. How about poison? Plasma would be good. And then me and Juhani, we should all... You stun that dude. I'm gonna go in. Here we go. There we go. Dude, Canderous is a beast, dude. I came out with HK-47 and I couldn't kill anybody. I came out with Canderous and they are just going away. Alright, I'm gonna poison grenade that dude. And then we're gonna get in over here. I wanna use cure, or heal at least. I'm gonna come in here and we're gonna focus this dude. Hit him with stun as well. Yeah. Heal. Nice. Everything's going according to plan. The viewers are gonna think I threw this on purpose. This was hard, I promise. Give him the work. Yeah. Not for nothing, huh, punk? Good thing I didn't bring that useless robot. Canderous just carries. Music? Is there anybody else? Not these splatters of blood everywhere? Guess we can't loot these guys, huh? If you guys hear anything in the background, it's Parker watching the climax of Breaking Bad. It's like literally the best episode that they are having right now, but dang, I can't believe that was so easy. I got wiped twice before. HK, like, literally, I feel like HK made my party worse. Literally. Like, he just came in and was like, you know what? -3 strength to everybody just because I'm sarcastic. You know? I'm ironically removing your abilities now, sir. Save so we don't have to walk again. Alright, let's check it. Oh shit, whoops. I guess I have to like call them again. I killed the sand people already. Their bodies are over there. They were pretty free. I guess I was just a scrub before, I don't know. God, these feet look weird, man. Ugh. Disgusting lizard feet. If this episode had a title, that's what it would be. The bantha are kind of cute. They got these weird lips. And this... Look at their, like, mop tail. Aw. You all have to die. For the plot. Come now. We'll see you off in the credits. Good job. Come talk to me. Aren't we talking right now, sir? He's saying, save, save, please save. Save real quick. I'm giving you a second to save. Save, dude. Don't pass this opportunity up. He's a big one. He's a big boy. Look at this dopey motherfucker. He's like old, like... Some old goofy boy. It's like a belly dragging, like... old hound, you know? Damn, they just blew up this Krayt dragon. We don't have to fight him? That seems kind of a waste. The great beast is dead. To my shame, I denied him a final fight, but I will honor his memory to make amends. You have earned a share of the victory, such as it is. I don't want it. Your skill made it possible. You flatter me more than I'm worth. Any technician can place explosives. The only difference is that I feel shame. I thank you for your help today. I shall see you again, I'm sure. Do I not get a reward because I said no? I thought I was saying nice things. Oh, I did get a reward anyways. Aw, poor dragon. They killed the dragon. Oh, I just attacked the remains. Oh, it just... Goodbye! He just went to the spirit realm, I guess. Alright, well... Let us save. I guess I interpreted that wrong. I guess that wasn't like a critical save point. Look at all the human corpses. Oh, this is this guy. Sorry, friend. Ooh, Jedi Master. A Jedi Master got eaten by this dragon? Better put that on. Yeah. Now I am the captain. Always save. You never know what's gonna happen in the, you know, in a second in these old RPGs. Rubal. Ooh, purple. Chewed Twilight Corpse. Nerve Amplifier Belt. Adrenal Strength. What does the nerve belt do? Immunity to mind affecting. We're gonna give that, because I will get an immunity to mind affecting things. Wait, I can't wear it? What? Am I already... Wait, maybe I already put it on. Hold up. Oh, I am wearing it. We'll give him the nerve belt, because he's really the guy that brings it together, Candrass. And also, I think the whole point of me running this class was because I can use a stimulant that protects me from all mind-affecting force powers. But I guess I could have used the nerve belt too. I don't know. It seems kind of pointless now to run this class if the nerve belt would have blocked all the Jedi stuns. The dark Jedi stuns. Shouldn't have read into the forums. Good God. The star map.
Anybody else get the feeling that finding this star map in the back of this Krayt Dragon's cave is more than just a coincidence?
This star map is an artifact of the dark side. The Krayt Dragon may have been drawn here by its dark power, only to be enslaved by it.
Now that we've got what we came for, we should probably move on. Can't say I'm gonna miss this pit of a world.
Huh. Pit of a world. I can't say that I disagree, Kando. Maybe we'll go see about those hunting licenses too. Oh shit. The shooters just rolled up. Oh shit, y'all packing? You got that thing on you? Already used that reference before? We're definitely gonna lose now. Shit. The goons are out.
I have to give you credit. You've led me on quite a chase, but nobody gets away from Callow Nord in the end.
I see you brought some backup, Callow. Realized we were a bit too much to handle on your own, huh?
You got lucky on Terrace. The Sith attack saved you from a quick and gruesome death. But I promise you, the Sith won't be getting in my way this time.
You think I got lucky last time? You traveled a long way just to die, Callow.
Let's go, boys. It's showtime.
Put your dukes up. Oh shit. We might lose here because I didn't have time to cast anything. Can you
What?
put on your good stuff? Sith energy shield. The Chani shield.
What is it?
Okay. And I'm gonna cast Night Speed. And you're gonna cast. Oh, you can't cast anything. And then, oh, you have Night Speed as well. Force Shield. And then I need to cast Force Aura. I've already died. I'm already gonna die. Good lord. Use the health pack. Oh, these things are a lifesaver. Yes. Alright, Kando. I guess you just keep attacking the mobs. Boom. Do you got any nades on you, friend? Poison grenade. And I'm just gonna keep doing work. Attack this guy. Forget Callow. Just don't die. Burn as many of these as you have to. Juhani, attack this guy. Stun him. And then attack.
What?
Oh, junk! You killed Callow off screen! You did him just like every other bounty hunter in this show. He didn't even get to die on screen. He just like had 3 seconds and he got toasted. Man. Can these bounty hunters ever catch a break, man? Even in death. Scuff your ass, bro. Get out of here, loser. Let me take your shit and leave you in the sand. 2,000. 2 Mandalorian heavy pistols and your Nord armor. Thanks, friend. No one's gonna miss you, buddy. Man. They had to make a whole show apologizing for how the Mandalorians were treated. Good God, you guys suck, man. The freaking sand people were harder to kill. Man. That's pretty funny, man. It's a good thing maybe we should have sold that armor. Well, okay, so the powered battle armor is 9+1. This is also 9+1. It's exactly the same. What is the difference? Calo Nords is 9+1. 9+1 dex, damage resistance, cold, fire, sonic, upgradable. And then the powered battle armor is 9+1 strength. Oh, this one has strength. And Calo Nords doesn't have strength. Okay. But it has more resistances. This is like the OG armor though, I think. This is like, I think people say that this is the best armor in the game, the Calo Nord armor. At least you get this one in the plot. You know, naturally. You don't have to do anything weird for it. Damn. Shit, homie. That was pretty free. How anticlimactic. I knew that you fight Calo Nord in here, but I remember having a tough time with Calo Nord and not having a tough time with the Sand People. I didn't even remember that you, I didn't even remember that there was like an issue with the Sand People there. I thought you just kind of do it and go. Well, I guess we gotta return to the Ebonhawk now. I want to see if I can get like, maybe we'll go long today. Maybe we'll, wait, shit, where am I? Oh, this is still Sand People territory? I don't remember this part, but whatever. Oh, I guess maybe we're just cutting through the Sand People enclave. It doesn't really matter. More exploring for us. But yeah, I think we'll see if we can like get some hunting permits that attack those things. Here's the Dune Sea. Oh shit. Man. Damn it. What? We gotta fight you guys now too? Alright. Well, you'll ask for this. Don't ever say I didn't do anything for you. There we go. You guys are pushovers. Look at these guys. These anchorhead Sand People are useless. Oh. I'm sorry, Candace. Oh my god, there's so many! They're coming out of the woodwork! After Candace is like, after I carried all of you, how could you let me do this? Oh my god, look how many there are! They keep coming! At least we get like... Hey, guy.
For the Republic.
I don't have my mouse. Mouse! Mouse! Oh, there it is. Whew. Fight him, man. Thank you. These Sand People cause... Oh shit, I used the wrong ability. Here we go. Here. Thank God. You Sand People cause nothing but problems, man. I think I can sell the gaffy sticks for like a lot of money too. That's their thank you for coming death party right here. We just had to get rid of all of them. Oh, you know what it was? This is where all the Sand People guard the entrance, and we never fought them before because we were on good terms with the Sand People. But now they're all dead. GG. Yeah, those are all empty. Alright. Nice. Wrapping up Tatooine. It feels good. Another milestone. Maybe we'll complete this game within the year 2020. But yeah, it feels good. It feels great. Under Tatooine's twin suns. That's why it's so hot and desert on this planet. The temperatures are too high. The price is too damn high, man. The rent is too damn where it is. But yeah, things have been good lately. I don't know. We watched that show, The Circle, if you've heard of it, listener. It's like a weird show where they have a bunch of people in an apartment, and they oh, my neck's bothering me. They have a bunch of people in an apartment, and they're on like a popularity contest through social media, but you can be a catfish if you want.
With Terrace gone, I wonder who the Sith will turn on next.
Yeah, so it's a pretty decent show. I want to see. There's the Hunter's Lodge. There was also like bounties. I feel like I just kind of wanted to do everything before I left. Like I didn't want to leave anything on the table here. You know, we did the racing. We did the stuff with the bikes. Ugh. Jeez, yeah, my neck is bothering me just because we've I had to record this episode earlier, you know, or I recorded it already. Oh shit, what's going on? My name is Senivek. I believe you dropped this datapad and I wish to return it to you. Is this some kind of con game? This is no game. I simply saw you drop this datapad and I wish to give it back to you. Okay. What does the datapad say? Does this say Gino Hardon? The Gino Haradon says to see Hulas on Manon. Come alone or not at all. Jeez. Sir? No? Dang, somebody's not pleased with me, huh? Somebody on Manon. Man. Alright, let's see about these hunting permits and then we'll get into the topic when we're out in the field, I think. Zerka? Zerka have it? Who's have it? I know the hunting lodge is a different place, but...
Greetings again. Of course, you... Fair...
Yeah, 400 credits for those gaffy sticks. Nice. Bounties? Oh, I had nothing. Alright, let me see about going to the hunting lodge and see if I can go fight those knuckle dudes. Or if that's purely... I think... Is this the hunting lodge? Yeah. I had to get the hunting license to even get in here. Faza Utral. Desert Raid. I guess those are those big knuckle things. I don't know if it's worth it to go all the way out there just to kill those things.
I heard what you did out on the dunes. I'm impressed. I'd never have thought a tenderfoot like you could bring down a dragon.
You didn't get that impression when I fought all those dudes before? No? Dang. Well, I guess we'll get back to the ship and then we'll get on to our topic. Doodle-doo-doo. But yeah, that show, The Circle, it's okay. It's funny to watch like two people who are both catfishes go on a date, you know? It just gives you like such an idea about how fake our internet society is. But yeah, time to get into the topic. And the topic today is health. And I guess medicine, but we'll just say it's health. So I am in the process of losing some weight. I somehow ended up being 200 pounds at the end of last year. And I mean, I don't feel like I looked 200 pounds even then, but you know, I still want to lose some weight. I have a little bit of I had a little bit of a life preserver around my waist and had a little bit of a belly. So I was like, you know what, time to hit the gym, time to get back into shape. And I've been on that app, MyFitnessPal, tracking my macros for the first time. I never did this in the past, and it's kind of, I guess, made me more interested because it's such an analytical approach to exercise. But I'm tracking my macros. I'm trying to, you know, get back into shape. I've lost about 11 pounds already, and things are going pretty good. But because I've been so health oriented, my kind of health history has been on my mind, and I figured it'd be a good topic to go into because it's very atypical, and I think maybe there's some lessons that can be gleaned from it. So I guess the way to get into it would be to start from the beginning. When I was in high school, I was pretty normal, skinny teenage boy. I never had any health problems whatsoever. But I was a little thin, and I always, you know, as soon as was, I guess, recommended to, you know, I was like an allowable age to start lifting weights, or was thought to be an allowable age at the time, I started doing it. And all through my efforts throughout high school and then the beginning of college, the most I ever saw out of it was a bit of scoliosis in my back from messing up clean and jerks unsupervised in weightlifting class freshman year of high school. I worked really hard, but I never really got anything out of it, and that was really frustrating. And even, you know, I'd been working out for, you know, off and on for 3-4 years, and I didn't feel like I was really making any progress, and that sucked. And I had my college experience, and that'll probably end up being another episode, but I ended up getting more into weightlifting my second year of college, and really not for the right reasons. You know, I was kind of in a bad place mentally. I had some beef with some people in Greek life on campus that weren't like all that avoidable all the time in my life, and it really just gave me this like extra nth level of fuck it-ism inside of me of like, I was so mad because of this altercation I had with somebody. I was like, I'm going to get big no matter what. And even if it like kills me, literally, like I had that Vegeta fist in the ground moment on that planet right before he turned Super Saiyan, where he's just like, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. Like he's just like losing his mind trying to get to his goal. And that's like, I was very like at the end of my wits, but basically I probably tripled my food intake because I was on a meal plan at the time, and I worked out like harder than I'd ever had, you know, pushed more weight, but also I ate like 3 times more than I'd ever eaten. And I remember those workouts being very grueling and not fun because, you know, I'd get up in the morning and I'd eat like a giant omelet, and then I would go immediately and go lift or have like a triple-decker sandwich or something. Like I was eating like absurd amounts of calories. And I ended up seeing results. And over the next like couple years, I got bigger and bigger. I kind of, from what I remember, like I kind of ended up with sort of like a lineman, sort of like bear mode physique. I was, you know, heavy and very strong. Like I like put up like 305 at like my strongest. And, I weighed about 205 pounds, which is why me weighing 200 now and being like pretty skinny was so crazy, especially because I'm not like over like fat looking or anything really. I don't know where the hell the weight is. But basically, I got really big and I was very like obsessive working out. I worked out constantly every day without fail. Ate like crazy on vacations. I was like, that's all. I just worked out. And I liked how people looked at me, you know, when I was bigger. I feel like people were more intimidated by me. You know, they weren't like, you know, they take you more seriously if you're like, I'm being serious about something right now. It's, you know, you kind of you have more of like a a presence, I guess, and I liked that. And it didn't really feed anything positive, but that's what I gained out of it at the time. I didn't really feel great either because I was bear mode, so I had fat and muscle on me. I was like a tough dude, so it was more, I guess, about the being able to accomplish something. And a lot of people end up this way with weightlifting, I think, too, where you get you struggle so long to find results, and then you get those results, and it like completely, you get obsessed with like pushing those results farther and farther. And that's where body dysmorphia starts to kind of like seep in, where nothing's ever good enough and like nothing is ever finished, But I worked out a lot, constantly. And then I moved to St. Petersburg for school, and I was doing an exercise that I have said before was an overhead press, not like a shoulder like press, but like it's basically a pullover where you engage your serratus, which are the muscles in your ribs. I don't know if I can get them on camera without standing up. But basically I was engaging my serratus doing this pullover, and I was working out normal exercise for my core, and I felt like on my second set of this exercise, I felt like a pop, right? And I felt very like out of breath quickly, like very much like, ooh, I feel tired like immediately. I'm gonna just call it right now on this workout, right? So I go home. I go home and I freaking go get some food and hang out on my couch, and I realize within like 30 minutes I just can't breathe. I'm like really struggling to get air into my lungs, and I'm freaking out, right? Because I've never had any health issues in my life. I'm like, am I having a heart attack? Like, what's going on? I'm like starting to jog in my room and try to get my heart rate up, or get my oxygen in my lungs or something, and I just can't figure out what's going on. And I'm like, shit, I gotta get to the ER, and I don't call an ambulance because I'm like, I don't want to be a corpse on the ground because I'm afraid I'm gonna die in like the next 5 minutes, right? So I just book it to the nearest ER. I get in, and they basically like, they pull me in. They don't give a shit like what's going on, obviously. Like, if you don't go into the ER with like a gunshot wound, they're not going to give a shit about what you're saying. I go in, I lay down on the bed, they put me in. I have a med student come in, she misses my vein like 4 or 5 times. I develop a phobia of needles that lasts for like the next few years because of that experience and a bunch of relevant experiences that happened during this whole debacle. And they do an EKG to test my heart, and they do which is an electrocardiogram, and they do a ultrasound on my lungs, because that's a pretty quick, low radiation thing to check your lungs, make sure you don't have blood in your lungs. And they don't find anything, and they say, okay, you're anxious, right? You've just miraculously become very scared for no reason, and we're sending you home. Bye. And for the next 4 or 5 months, between August of that school year and December, I lose 70 pounds from going from 205 to 147, right? Because I just cannot keep food down for whatever reason. And what's happening is every night I can't breathe, and I'm starting to get heart palpitations, which is when your heart basically stops beating for a second, and you kind of feel like you're falling, like even though you're not moving. You feel like death. Like you feel like you have death on you for like a second. I don't know what other way to explain it. It sucks. And I was having these symptoms, and early on I was like, I know this is because of my injury, right? I've never had any issues in the rest of my life over anything. And I do some like WebMD research, which is why all the doctors like didn't give a shit about what I was saying. I do some WebMD research, and I look at hiatal hernia. I have a severe hiatal hernia. Hiatal hernias can cause acid reflux. Acid reflux can cause shortness of breath. I have problems, and I can explain the heart palpitations because this area of your diaphragm is a pretty like trafficked area, organ-wise, and it your lungs and your heart and lots of other things are there, so it stands to reason that you could have heart palpitations because of issues. If your esophagus was punching your heart, wouldn't you have heart issues? this makes sense to me, but it didn't make sense to anybody else. I saw a gastroenterologist in Lake Mary. She said I had costochondritis, which is an inflammation of the costochondroids, which are muscles in between your ribs. And she gave me medication for that, which was basically just take a lot of Aleve. And I did that, and it didn't do shit, as I thought it wouldn't do. So then I did, what did I do? I saw this other physician in St. Pete. And this physician thought it was acid reflux, which it was in some ways, and gave me some stuff, and it didn't really work. It was like Prilosec, which is omeprazole in a couple of different forms, Zantrac, I think, too. And he also thought it was anxiety, so they gave me like depression and anti-anxiety medication, and I hated being on that. It just made you feel weird, and it didn't solve the issue. And every night, very, very, very badly at the beginning, I was losing weight, I couldn't put food down, and I was having these terrible symptoms. So I finally was just aggressive about my care and was like, hey, I'm going to get this fucking barium swallow done because I know that's the only thing that's going to diagnose me, and I'm spending all this money to come in and be told to have somebody not do what I want them to do, It's like medicine is like the only place where you can go spend an outrageous amount of money for nothing to happen and somebody to say like, oh yeah, do nothing. All right, pay me, bye. I gave you my opinion. My opinion is nothing. Bye. It makes no sense. You shouldn't have to pay if they don't do anything, period. You probably shouldn't have to pay unless you get fixed, right? Anyways, our whole medical system's messed up, but basically, I don't know how I feel about that, but regardless, basically, I do this barium swallow where you basically drink this like heavy metal milkshake, and then it coats your esophagus, and they image that, and they can tell if there have been any abnormalities. And what do you know? The thing I thought it was at the very beginning was what it was, a hiatal hernia 5 months later, right? So I'm like, great, I know what it is, I can fix it, that's wonderful, right? Well, I do the swallow, and it's about Thanksgiving time, and I have a sandwich when I get home, and my intestines start immediately freaking out. Like, dude, you can't eat sandwiches anymore. You can't eat something that's in the sandwich. I cut out dairy and gluten for like a month, and then through kind of reductive analysis, I find out it's gluten is the thing that's giving me the issues, giving me these intense intestinal pains, and I have to assume it's from the barium, me having some kind of reaction to the barium. And I was tested for like Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, which are autoimmune diseases, and those diseases can be brought on by like foreign bodies getting in the body, or like foreign particles getting in and causing allergic reactions. It's why like a lot of people are suspect about these new, like the Beyond Burger and the Incredible Burger, because they're made with synthetic substances that have never been consumed, and it could cause people to develop allergies or autoimmune responses theoretically. But I developed this problem, but I'm like, okay, well, I can't eat gluten, whatever. And it didn't end up being the end of the world. You can eat gluten-free and be very fine and eat well. The only thing I haven't found good that's gluten-free is like Krispy Kreme donuts. All the donuts you'll ever get that are gluten-free are like cakey, because I think like gluten-free dough just doesn't rise the same way that regular glutaneous dough does. But at least because I know what it is, I can go get a procedure for it, right? And I meet this guy. His name was Dr. Westervelt. He was a shitty surgeon in St. Pete. And he recommends this procedure called the transoral incisionless fundoplication, the TIF procedure. It's a procedure designed to replace the Nissen fundoplication, which is the current standard of care, right? And it's not laparoscopic, meaning they don't like cut a couple holes on your outside and go in with like these fine tools. And it's not major, where they literally just open you up, change some shit out, and do whatever, right? It's non-invasive. So basically, they put an endoscope down your throat, and they clip your esophagus and your stomach back together. So if your esophagus is all out of whack, they fix the shape of it, and then they put the sutures in to hold the shape, and then that should also close up the esophageal junction where your esophagus meets your stomach. I get this procedure done. They say it's going to take me a week of recovery. It takes a month. They say I'm going to get out in an hour. I'm in the hospital for a day. Those things don't really matter, but after a month, I felt pretty good. and I thought the whole thing was over. Wrong. Of course it's not over. So basically, I go back to my regular activities as was advised and prescribed. I'm lifting weights and I pull out all of the sutures, every single one of them. They get pulled out from me doing bench press and all this stuff. And as it turns out, the 90% acceptability happiness figures from the TIF procedure are mostly based on old, inactive people who don't do anything. And for young people, as I saw in some forums, people who have had this procedure have pulled their sutures out. Lots of them have. And apparently, all the people in Orlando that I've spoken to since don't offer this procedure because they don't think too highly of it. But whatever, right? So the surgery fails. I don't have like the insane like breathing problems or palpitations really at this point anymore. I just have bad acid reflux. And worse, I'm back on proton pump inhibitors, stronger ones like Dexilant, to keep the acid in my stomach down, and they work to hold the acid reflux off, but it starts giving me lower GI issues, right? So I'm like very constipated, right? I can't like use the restroom no matter what I do, right? It's terrible. And so I'm basically fighting issues on quote unquote both ends, and I'm losing weight again because I'm not eating, because I feel backed up and I feel horrible. And by the time, this is about graduation time now, by the time I'm about to graduate, I'm down to like 160, so I'm down some weight. I'm not eating. I feel miserable. I'm having an active bout of acid reflux. I think I literally had heart palpitations on that day as well for like the first time in 6 months. And my lower GI, I haven't like used the restroom in like many days. So I'm miserable, right? And I'm telling, I graduate, I'm in the car with my dad, and I've already moved out of my house in St. Pete, and I'm moving back in with my parents while I figure out what I'm doing, because I don't want to do anything with the degree that I got. And basically, I tell my dad, I'm like, I don't see how I can have a life for myself if I don't get this fixed, right? Because like I can't do any of the things I want to do with how I feel right now. And I pretty much beg him to get that Nissen Fund application, because I saw this guy, Dr. Eubanks. He's a great guy, great physician in Orlando. And he said, you could be a candidate for a Nissen Fund application, but if you get this procedure, you probably won't be able to burp ever. And I have problems with intestinal, like stomach gas as it is. And I was concerned about that. And he says you should be. And I would never be able to lift weights ever again, period. I wouldn't be able to do exercises like that. So he says, right? You can't take those kind of risks, which sucks. So I was like, but I didn't have anything else I knew how to do at the time. I didn't know any other way of solving it. So I begged my dad, can you help me pay for this thing? I don't know what else I'm going to do. I've tried everything. I've gone to these like natural medicine doctors. I've seen 2 different homeopathic doctors. I've used every like home recipe I can think of. I don't know what to do. And Dad's like, you have to try even more. You have to go further beyond. And if you do that and you're unsuccessful, I'll help you out and we'll talk about getting surgery. So I was like, okay. Because he's like, don't get surgery at all costs ever, unless you like, there is no other way for sure. Don't get surgery, right? My neck. But yeah, so I go full bore. I go full investment. And I'd done like the prune juice stuff before, because that's like soluble fiber. And soluble fiber is really good to try to, get things moving. But I go like crazy. I get like 2 giant gallon jugs of prune juice, and I boil them down to half consistency. And then I take that with apple cider as a drink. I take that hot, not warm, hot. I take the pea soup. I have pea soup, split pea soup in the morning, hot, because that has a lot of fiber in it, a lot of carbs too. And then I also take apple cider vinegar, which is not the same thing as apple cider. Afterwards, hot as well. And unbelievably to me, I start having movements a little bit, and I start improving until basically after a few weeks and in a month, I'm back to normal. And then I don't even have to use it anymore. I'm just, I think by just forcibly forcing everything to go the right way, my intestines self-corrected, and now I don't need to take anything to use the restroom. I don't have that issue anymore, you know. Despite, you know, all these people, and of course, like the physicians were like, oh, you can use this laxative, and you can do this, or here's a drug that doesn't work, and you can be on it for life, and it'll fuck you up, right? Of course, that's their answer, you know, because they don't know anything. Doctors, you know, there's a joke somebody told me once that doctors, you know, they call it a practice because doctors are still practicing medicine. They still don't know what they're doing. You're just part of their practice. You're their training mode, if you will, to learn how to be a doctor, which is has more truth to it than you'd think, unfortunately. Oh, God. It frustrates me so much thinking about this. But regardless, today I'm, you know, generally fine. I still have acid reflux. I still have some bouts where my reflux goes a little crazy and I get acid up my nose, or I feel like I'm having trouble breathing. And very, very rarely I have heart palpitations on like extreme exertion. Very, very rarely, but it does happen from time to time. They last about 15 minutes to an hour, but I'm not like scared about them anymore because I've had them for so long that I don't get worried. I've had like weird chest pains where like I had like a weird like seizing feeling in my chest, and like I went to the ER a couple of times because I didn't know what it was. And you know, some people have accused me of being a hypochondriac before because now I'm all obsessive about things like that. I'm not pointing fingers, but so I have tried to like dial it down and be like, you know, I feel bad, but I'm not gonna die, you know. And going to the ER is massively expensive too, and it sucks. So to me, the whole experience gave me a real appreciation for people that go through the system, people that, you know, especially a lot of previously healthy people who go in, have an accident, doctors don't know what the shit is going on, and they're just like, I don't know, you're scared or anxious, so have some drugs, bye. Have fun spending a couple $100 every time for nothing. And then, you know, you're scared, you feel like everybody thinks you're crazy, nobody's listening to you, nobody's even willing to try anything. And you're also going broke, and it sucks. Everything about our medical system sucks. Literally everything. And I developed a massive empathy for those people. So to me, health is about baseline, right? It's about being able to live your life at the ground floor. If you are not able to breathe, you can't really live. If you are not able to walk because your back is fucked up all the time, you can't really live. If you have a massive obesity problem and you can't walk 1 block down the road from a parking lot to your building, you have a big problem. You should always respect your baseline, and try to take care of yourself so that you can have a long, fruitful life that is of value to you and that you want to live. I wouldn't, overall, like, there's all this stuff about, you know, and I'm doing it too, like trying to work out to fit this image, or, oh, you know, people jerking off about like, oh, am I 8% body fat or 12% body fat? Like, oh, what a big difference, you know? Or, oh, I really wish I had an 8-pack even though I just have a 6-pack. Man, my stupid genetics. The world sure sucks, doesn't it, right? All this weirdness, all this like pointlessness about people like going in and in about just little things about appearance. And I get wrapped up into it too. And maybe this is a bit of a study on accountability, right? To my own initial goals. It's more important to just be healthy, to be able to do the things you want to do well, to feel good moving around, than to be like another one of these body dysmorphic people at the gym. Because I guarantee you, like, all these guys who are like super jacked, who are like pushing themselves so hard and like can't really see an end of the goal, you know, an end to it, there's body dysmorphia. There's a guy I'm going to recommend right now. His name is Jeff Nippard. If you're interested in getting big, and I know I just pretty much talked shit about lifting weights this whole time, even though that's all I've been doing for the last couple weeks, go check out his channel, because he is a great instructor for these things. And, you know, my overall advice, if you do want to get big, is just have more, you know, be in a caloric surplus. Find out what your maintenance calories are, eat enough proteins, and be in a surplus. And if you want to lose weight, be in a deficit and find out what your maintenance is and be under that. But he has much better recommendations for all this stuff. And he breaks it down to exercises and science. And it's all backed in peer-reviewed journals, so you should check it out. But the reason I bring him up is that his girlfriend was in that kind of like fitness YouTuber space. And she pretty much admitted to saying, I had massive body dysmorphia. I was way too thin. I was always hungry and tired, and I couldn't think straight because my body fat was way too low, and my body did not want me to be the weight that I was all the time. And I was irritable and miserable almost constantly. And I think if you're like that, like if it's killing you to be a certain way, then don't be that way. Don't like be so stressed about being in a certain corner of health that you're going to be miserable, you know? And definitely don't fall into this like dysmorphia thing of like, oh, I have to be X or Y. But if you are interested, you know, in gaining, you know, muscle mass or whatever, go talk to Jeff Nippard. For me, I just ate a shitload, and that's really what really did it for me. I was definitely one of those hard gainers, and I, you know, put on a ton of weight, but I've also lost a lot of weight, and now I'm learning how to lose weight without losing muscle. And really all I want to do is get rid of this life preserver around my waist. And once I do that, I don't really care about having abs or anything because the lady sitting to my left doesn't really like muscles anyways. So it'd be counterintuitive. So yeah, take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Your health is the most important thing, obviously. Take it from somebody who didn't have their health at some point. It's pretty much the worst thing ever when you don't, when you can't even live. And just be grateful and that you're healthy when you are healthy. Keep your posture good. That's one thing I need to work on. My neck is killing me right now. I'm trying to get this little device that'll help me correct my neck. Gwen just dropped her mouse. It's okay. But either way, we'll see you guys next time. We're heading to a new planet. Tatooine's over. Bye-bye. You want to say bye, honey? It'll be like your only word.